Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, and welcome back to Calm Down Level Up. And today we are here again in the Hearts of Iron 4 100 World Tension, not mod, but just idea, experiment. Actually has the modern day world mod on, so that's why we're seeing the modern day. So, welcome back, guys. If you didn't see last time, we basically gave every nation 100 World Tension, and once we did that, we just let the game go and everyone's fighting. It's pretty awesome. It's like you gave everyone a bunch of like super hypo aggressive drugs, and then put everyone in the same room, and then like gave them like one gummy bear to share, and they all just like won it. And it's basically what's happening. But they formed two factions. So this British Concordat formed, and a European Federation, which is actually just Russia and all its little allies. So all the nations of the world have been slowly joining up with each faction. So all the green have been joining up with the Russians, and all the red have been joining up the British. So obviously the British, I think, have the upper hands here just a bit. They've won in Syria, so they've taken the Syrian land. All the Syrians joined with the Russians, and actually ISIS is joined with the Russians, so they're still fighting ISIS. And ISIS actually, we're about to die. I don't know how they didn't die. Looks like they captured Baghdad, which is crazy to me. I don't know how they did that. But they could force Iraq to capitulate, which if they did would be crazy, because they would kill all their units and stuff. So if they could do that, that would be really good for the European Federation. Other than that, some other surprises. The Russians are actually winning on this front, so that's crazy. And I think what the cause of that is France not being in the war. So France has a huge army, as you can see. Actually, it's not that big right now, but France likes to build a big army in this game. And they usually send it all over to this front when this war happens, and just Belarus just gets destroyed. So we're actually just watching Belarus and Russia win this time, which is crazy. Look, there's a Mexican troop here. That's a bit strange. There's Pakistanis and there's Iranis, which is weird. Which both countries actually have, neither of them have joined so far. So we're also waiting to see who China will join, or if they will join at all. That would be pretty interesting. We're watching a big battle happen down here with the Congo. The British have a lot of not colonies, but they have a lot of allied nations here that are fighting them. But the Congo has a lot of troops, and actually the French have been fighting on their side over here, which is a bit odd. They've been supporting them. Looks like there's Turks here on this side. There's Angolans, which actually looks like are doing most of the fighting, and have one here. Looks like they've captured the coast, which is definitely not good if you are siding with the Russians, I guess, and the Congo down here. Make sure to leave in the comments, by the way, who you want to win and stuff, and maybe we could do a vote or something. But yeah, let's get back into it. Watch all the fronts. Obviously, the Moroccans were winning this front here, and the Libyans were winning this front here. Let's get back into the war and unpause it. Let's turn it down just a little bit, just in case. Actually, no, let's keep it high. Just in case some more, nations are joining. Oh shit! Look, so Tajikistan just capitulated. If Kyrgyzstan were in the war too, that may have been different, because Russia could have sent. Jeez, I'm having a hard time talking right now. Could have sent support down. And I'm surprised that Afghanistan's actually doing so really good, and as good as they're doing, because they're usually not that great. So America did join with the British, which is kind of expected, but that could be a big against the the Russians. Shit, looks like the Russians are also winning up here in Norway. So they're pushing Norway out of northern Norway, which is crazy. Up here in North Africa, there is now a very large front that goes pretty much all the way down into Chad, all the way up through Niger. This is Niger, right? Yeah. Goes all the way up to the border of Algeria, and continues up the border of Algeria and Libya. So there's a huge front here in Africa. We're waiting to see who Sudan and Ethiopia join. Mostly Sudan. Sudan could choose the fate of North or South Africa here, because they could allow Russian troops and these southern Russian supporting troops up into Egypt, or they could allow this massive Egyptian army down through Sudan and hit South Sudan. They could hit Kenya. They could hit Somalia. They could hit down here from the north into the Democratic Republic of the Congo and end the Congo's fighting, because the Congo are they're putting up a big fight here. They've got French support. Also, wouldn't it be crazy? Think about it for a sec. How crazy it would be if the French joined the Russians. I think that would tip the scale for the Russians, because the French could attack the behinds of Germany. They could attack the behinds of Spain, which looks like all of Spain's units are gone out doing shit. And it looks like the Allies are planning a D-Day type thing into Morocco right now, which would be big for them if they could do that. Let's see if that is actually successful, because it looks like they have Americans, they have Turks. I see some British here. I see Indians. Nice. So if they can actually do that, that'd be big. So they are trying to attack into northern. This is like Algeria and Morocco, actually. So it looks like ISIS doing better and better every time I come and look at them, which is really strange to me. I don't know how they're doing so good. They're surrounded by Turkish troops. Turks are doing a lot for the British right now. The Turks should get a lot of support. If they do win this, they should get some territories. They should be able to expand and stuff. I think they probably will if they win. Still not looking too good from Warsaw over here. They are approaching Warsaw right now pretty fast. How are the Poles doing with their army? Looks like they're doing okay. They've got quite a bit of units still. They're not losing or anything. Well, I mean, they are losing, but not really the troop count. Looks like this is changing a little bit down here. The Allies. Oh, well, I was gonna say they cut the British, or they cut this line in half, but now they just cut this line in half. So, looks like, what's this country down here? Burkina Faso? Yeah, they are totally cut off now from any support. So if the Russians and the Moroccans wanted to push all the way down here, this is Israel, wanted to push down here, they could totally capture that, I think, with some semi-ease. Looks like they're trying to push into Algeria as well, which is crazy. I'll bet you Israel is doing a lot too. They've got to be one of the biggest factors here in the fighting in this area. Got to be from Israel, because Israel has so many troops. So it doesn't look like too many more nations are actually joining, because it doesn't seem to be in their best interest. So this may be the extent of who joins the war. I don't know if too many nations tend to join this late. Oh, look. So they weren't, those nations that joined last time that were a bit odd, they weren't Caribbean. They were like Indian Ocean troops. So Mauritius right there. I must have gave these guys world tension as well. What's this one? Shikels? And Camaros. All those guys joined with the Russians. Russia's probably just like, oh, thanks. They probably make no difference whatsoever, I would assume, because they probably don't even have one unit. But do we want to check the deaths? I think I kind of want to check the deaths. Okay. It should just all be merged into one war. Yeah, the war is merged into the Moroccan Western Saharan War. So it says it's 4% in defenders. So I think that's probably these guys are winning 4%. Okay. Let's check the deaths, though. So Morocco at 14K. This eastern Ukraine at 25K. That's a lot, actually. 150,000 dead Russians. Russia's actually a little bit towards capitulation, which is a bit odd. I don't see where they're being attacked. It must be right here from Japan, I guess. But they're doing really good everywhere else. Kazakhstan 14K. ISIS 22K. That's not very many for ISIS. It's got to be said. 8K for Azerbaijan, 1K for Tajikistan, but Tajikistan is dead, and actually Azerbaijan is 30% towards capitulation. Belarus 5K, that's really good for Belarus, holy shit, for being on the front line right there. Kosovo's dead, Montenegro's dead, Lebanon's dead, Niger's dead. Lebanon has lost 48K, Niger 5K. Has Niger completely collapsed? I guess Niger was with these guys, but they just got taken by the British, but looks like they're being rehabilitated. All these other guys, not too many, mostly just Russians fighting, it looks like. And on this other side, there's probably going to be a lot more deaths, I would assume. So we're seeing 0 dead Japanese. Wow, that's pretty good. Only 7K dead Algerians. So this is actually a pretty low death count war right now. 13,000 dead Kurds. 8K Iraqis. Iraq is 81% towards capitulation because of what those the ISIS are doing, but they're actually losing some territory there. UK has lost 48K. That's way less than the Russians, and the Russians and them are pretty much the two big aggressors here. 14K Americans, 29K Germans, 140 these guys, nice. 7K Syrians, 3K Spanish, 5K Libyans. Libya is a big front right now, so that number may go up. 30K Egyptians, 61,000 Polish, and the Polish are 40% towards capitulation. That's pretty crazy. Serbia has only lost 50 people. Armenia 16K, Norway 6K, 38,000 Turkish. That's pretty low for how much work Turkey's doing right now. And it looks like there's a D-Day happening in North Africa, which is pretty cool. 11K Israelis and 2K Burkina Faso's. Botswana dead. They've only lost 925. 100%. Did I miss? Were 100% towards capitulation. Western Sahara, Algeria, pretty much dead. Oh yeah, I joined the. I remember that Algeria was. They haven't capitulated yet. Their whole country is taken over, that's a bit strange. They must have been given some territory somewhere else. All right, let's check the front again. So, they pushed in here. The allies. We're gonna call the red the allies, and these guys the Russians or something. They pushed in a little bit here. Oh, they've been cut off though. Oh yeah, they just lost a ton of units right there. So that was bad. That was really bad for them, for the allies. I mean, they had like 4 or 5 units in here, and they just got cut off and surrounded, and they all died. Did you see that? That was bad. So good victory for the Axis Russians, I guess. Good for them. They're definitely winning in the African front. Oh shit, unless this gets bad right here. If this gets bad, oh man, look how many units are here. There is a lot of Egyptians, there's a lot of Indians, Turks. I don't see very many British. There's some United States in there. Mostly Turks, Indians, and Egyptians actually. So it's kind of like if the British still control those areas. Oh, and the Brits are attacking Yemen, or the Americans are attacking Yemen. So they're trying to take Yemen. Trying to force Yemen to capitulate. That would give them more control of this area. It's probably, I'll bet you that these guys, the Russians, have naval superiority in this area, possibly. Do you want to check? Where do Russians have naval superiority? They have it on the British coast. Whoa. So Britain probably having a hard time getting ships through here. That's a crazy place to have naval superiority for the Russians. Where else? Anywhere else? Anywhere else interesting? Do they have like crazy naval superiority or anything? No? Okay. What about the British? Where do you have naval superiority? So the British have naval superiority. Oh, they do. So they're trying to conceal that. So they have naval superiority here around Egypt, the Red Sea, around Yemen. They're trying to take Yemen. If the Russians got naval superiority here, that would be pretty strong for them. They cut Yemen in half. They also have naval superiority in the Western Mediterranean, so the coast of Morocco and Algeria, where Morocco is taken. So this is a powerful area to control for them. Anywhere else? I don't think so. Cool. So yeah, that's the naval superiority. What about aerial superiority? The British have it. They're focusing the Congo right now. That's a good place to focus, I would assume, because big war happening there. They have it in the Caucasus region, which is probably good, and Belarus, also good for them, because there's a lot of fighting around Belarus. But it's pushed past Belarus now. They're attacking Warsaw at this point. Russia, where do you have it? No, give me Russia. Come on, no. Do I need to go like this first? Russia, where do you have aerial superiority? So they have it in Algeria. That's strong. Oh, okay. Greece is helping Russia. They have it in the Red Sea. So Russians have it here in the Red Sea, aerial superiority, but the British have naval superiority. They don't have it in the Congo. Algeria is a nice place to have it. Or it's flipping flopping in Algeria. And they have it over Japan too, so they're probably bombing Japan quite a bit, and they're trying to keep Japan from landing attacks into Eastern Siberia there. All right, how's all the fronts going? So they're having a hard time pushing down into here. This is like Burkina Faso, I think. Burkina Faso, but they are pushing into Libya quite hard. But this attack, there are so many units here. It's crazy. The allies landed a lot of units, and they're pushing in. And they might connect this right here, which would totally cut off the rest of this coast. And actually, they're about to capture back Algiers, which is the capital of Algeria. So we might see Algeria be liberated, which is good for them. But holy shit, look at Warsaw. Look at they're losing Europe is bad. That's bad for the allies. They might be winning back here again in Africa. They might be starting to win this. They took this spot, but there's nobody there, so that's just gonna sit like that. Just think about it though. This could be bad for them because they've landed a ton of army here. They all have a lot of attrition, whereas these guys are already here. They're already built in. They could theoretically, if they made a bad move and they got surrounded, they could lose like tons of units. And if they did that, that would be really bad for them. They would probably start losing the war incredibly. It'd be like Gallipoli, where the British just lose so much that they can't get past it. They can't really recover from that down here, so they just have to quit. Or Tannenberg, where the Russians just lose like their whole army and they just can't fight anymore. It could happen there if the allies lose all that, but they've connected this. That's good for them. Now they can support this front over here without, I guess they theoretically could just land more troops over here. So yeah, looking bad for the Russian side of things now in Africa, actually. They've connected this. They've done a big D-Day landing here. And they're spreading out all their troops. The Russians, though, they're putting up a little resistance in Algiers. So I wonder if there's like a resurgence of Russian support over here. Oh, look at this. This could be bad. They're trying to cut them off here. Cut off their support. We'll have to see what Russia does. What Russia does there. Also, if Russia's faction can cut off this from happening, if they could capture this spot right here or this one right here, that'd be big for them. They could cut off this allied support. Not too much happen. Oh shit, no, actually. So nothing's really happening right here. But the Congo has captured this bit of coast here, which doesn't really have any ports. But this was their port here. They've lost this port. This has belonged to Angola the whole time, but they are pushing down into Angola pretty hard. So also the Russian Federation, or whatever it's called, European Federation, captured Botswana. So Botswana is gone. Rip Botswana. This X happening here. No one's really winning. Still, probably a lot of attrition down there. The Allies taken Yemen, and also Somalia might be next. Somalia would be strategic to take next after Yemen, I think. How's this happening over here in the Caucasus region? Looks like the Allies are winning. They are pushing into. What is this? This was part of Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan losing that war. The Allies are landing in Crimea. Oh, and they're landing here as well. Novogrod, is that what you call it? Novogrossia. I have no idea how to say that. I'm sorry if you're Russian. I say it wrong. Oh shit! So Poland capitulated, and now the Russians are pushing into Germany. Belarus got some land. Wow, did Belarus actually get that land? That's weird. That is strange. I thought it would just all go to Russia, to be honest. That's really good for them. So even if they are losing this, kind of, wait, United States. Oh, I thought that was French, because I remember the French supporting, the Russians, which is really odd still. Oh, look. Serbia didn't even gain control of Montenegro, just the Brits did. But we'll see who gets everything once this is actually over. Military focus. Nice. Armenia, spreading their wings, man. They have a lot of Angola support in here, and British, and mostly Indians. India is doing what they do best and just like following Britain's orders, just going wherever they need to go, I guess. Fighting in whatever war they need to fight in. Okay, what's happening here? Let's check the factions again. Russia kind of cut off here. Oh, look at this. The Russians are... Wait, is this Greece? Yeah. Greece is helping them for some reason. I don't know why they are. I would think that Greece would be on the other side of things. And I'm also surprised that the nations stopped sort of joining, I thought that it would just keep happening throughout the whole game until like everyone's sort of on a team, but it doesn't really look like that's happening. Wow, okay, so look, the Russian Federation or the European Federation is totally pushing the Allies out of Central Africa, so they're winning here. I don't know who's winning here. The European Federation was winning here pretty well, pretty strong. They might be cutting this in half though, which if they did that, that would be good. But they just got attacked on like a northern coast D-Day kind of thing. And actually their advance to Libya has stopped, and actually looks like they're pushing down into it a little bit more. So I don't know who's winning here, but Russians definitely winning here. Looks like Yemen's holding on a little bit, maybe. Oh, looks like these guys might be getting they don't have attrition actually, which is good for them. They don't want attrition here, that would be bad. Yemen is getting back control of their land. That's what they want, I think. Did Yemen change their flag? What is that weird flag? I think that might be the traditional Yemen flag, I think. I don't know why it's showing up right here. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to end this one here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this, make sure to leave a like and a favorite and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you all guys next time when the battle for Africa continues to happen. So if you remember last time, like when the last episode ended, I think Africa looked pretty much complete. Like it was still close to half and half, red and green, but I think it looked a lot more red last episode, and now it's looking a lot more green. So that has changed. And in Europe as well, Poland's lost. Yemen, they tried to take Yemen, but it looks like they're losing now. So I don't know what all these units are doing, just hanging out. Ethiopia is supporting the British, but they're not actually joining the faction. Apparently Belarus has generated the most world tension with 114% now. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Oh, look what's happening here. Holy shit. Thank you guys for watching, guys. If you like this, make sure to leave a like and favorite and subscribe if you are new. I'll see you all next time when the war continues. All right, peace.